Hey there friends, and welcome back to Shabby Shack Studio. Today we're looking at watercolor pumpkins. So it's that time of the year again where Halloween is nigh, and then of course we have Thanksgiving and Christmas as well. I have a new textile collection, which is what you can see underneath that beautiful watercolor there. That is one of the new patterns in our new collections that's coming out. I'll link all those details for you below, with my standard tools and tricks and all those bits and pieces that you want to know. So let's talk watercolor, let's talk pumpkins. Again, this is painted once again in my usual very loose style. I have done only a very slightly speeded up video for you today. There's going to be lots of just background music and not me chatting. It's around 30 minutes of just joy and fun and playing and mixing colours and blending as I go, very much feeling my way, very loose and casual and relaxed. Nothing that really needs to be, kind of a tutorial that is required. I know if you've been here a minute, you know my style is very relaxed, and I always paint with a favourite series or a favourite movie on in the background. It just helps me switch out of that right brain where I'm overthinking everything and being exacting. And it lets me switch into that left brain where I'm just totally relaxed and intuitive and in my happy place. So this is by no means expert. This is purely somebody who just loves watercolor and is painting for the joy and the fun of it. This theme does work with my October Bujo. Again, if you've been following me for a minute, or even if it's something that you think you would be interested in, do hit subscribe and have a peek at some of my other videos. If you think that's something you would like, there's always lots of watercolor, journaling, creative fun. But my bullet journal is always designed as part of what is happening in my life. So when I'm moving house, when I'm thinking about a theme, when I'm thinking about a collection, whatever it is, that's what I will base my theme on for that month. Because a bullet journal and your bujo, it should all be very personal. It should be what suits you, and every page should be something that speaks to you and that you feel like you have to have in your diary and in your journal. And that's the joy of creating one yourself and not just picking up a book that, from your local supermarket or stationer. It's the joy of creating something that is so is so personal. So once again, my little pumpkins have featured very much throughout my October Bujo. I have worked with some white ink on black paper. I have worked with my weekly spread, my monthly spread, etc. So if you are loving pumpkins and fall, and this ties in with my harvest theme that is currently listed in the store, again, all those links below. So if you are thinking acorns and autumn leaves and fall and anything like that, then you're sure to love the sweet little pictures, the theme, etc. that is in that October Bujo and that is going to unfold before you. So as you can see, I will link everything below, but just to quickly tell you, if you're listening, the colors that you see me mix at the very beginning are often my favorites. The yellow ochre. I did use the permanent orange for my pumpkin, so that's that beautiful vibrant orange that you can see. Burnt umber, sepia. I did use sap green for the leaves, and I do actually add in burnt sienna as well. Again, be as vibrant or as muted as you like, as it suits you. Just remembering to make sure that you keep a little bit of that white paper free, so to stop everything from running together and becoming a nasty big blob, especially until things dry a little bit. And then unless you want it to bloom and bleed, which is my specialty, it's my favorite thing to do, as I'm painting and let it unfold. I never pre-paint anything like this. I'm not looking at a guide. I'm not looking at a photo. This is a sketch. I purely picked up a piece of a pen, favorite pencil, my favorite watercolor pad, which is from Mont, It's an A5 190 GSM, very inexpensive pad, and I know that a lot of people will say that the watercolor paper and the paints that you use are everything. And yes, I do have some really beautiful Van Gogh Royal Talens paints that you're looking at there in the half pans, and they are permanent and they're artist quality. I didn't start with these. I did start with really cheap student paints. So please, whatever level you're at, please don't feel like you have to spend a fortune on paper and paint. Yes, you'll get more vibrancy from a professional paint, but you'll see me go back and layer up the color on this pumpkin as it washes out, as it dries. So don't be afraid to get in there and add a bit of color. It does wash out as it dries and as it blends. So don't stress about that. You can come back and add some layers of color as you go. So you will see me do that over and over again. Yes, if I'd had more expensive paper, it probably would have held the vibrancy better. But for me, I just love these Mont books. They're really inexpensive. I get 30 pages of beautiful textured watercolor paper for like $5. So for me, it's not something that I'm using supplies that are so expensive that if I don't like what I've created, I just want to cry. Not to mention, I really don't think that no matter how much money I had, I don't think I would move away from this watercolor book because I actually really just love the texture and the finish on it. So if you actually do go back and look at any of my videos, or you have been here a minute and you know me, I just love this paper, I really do. And I love these paints. They were a special gift from my daughter and my husband last Christmas. So here we are a year on, and seriously, I paint heaps and there's still loads and loads left in those pans. So I'm going to get loads of use out of this fabulous set. So I've linked that for you below, plus the colors I've used in the individual pans if that's something that you would prefer to create your own. I've linked that beautiful candle that you can see, which is aptly named Happiness Candle. That was gifted to me in such a beautiful gift from Buckley, Phillips, Aromatics. I will link my Wildflower new textile that you can see below as well, and anything else I think that you might want to know. Other than that, I am going to go and just put some background music in for you and let you just enjoy this. I'll pop on just at the end just to say goodbye, but other than that, go to your happy place, put your movie on, have fun, enjoy. Okay, so this is me popping back on. This is actually the next day, so this is a good place for me to start. So I did the watercolor, as you can see. I did a really light background wash just for the table that the pumpkins would be hypothetically sitting on. I did do a give thanks, which is just my just my own handwriting and my style, because this is going to be the cover page of my bujo. So that is my theme: give thanks and appreciate what you have, and whether it's fall or autumn or Halloween or whatever it is, I love that. And then this is just me that I've noticed that some of the colours have washed out a bit. You would have noticed that I'd already gone back and added some layers of colour to the pumpkins. So it's really the leaf at the end that's washed out the most. Anyway, I've just gone back in and add a little bit of moodiness here and there. I will touch the pumpkins just a tiny bit, but mostly it was just to kind of add a bit of depth back into this leaf. I hope you've really enjoyed this tutorial and that you've enjoyed the style. I actually have quite a few that are like this already, and I will be adding more as I go. I almost always do a watercolor as part of my bujo theme, and again, it's my little treat to myself, and I quite often go back and turn it into something like a pattern or something else later, because these are the pieces that I love the best. You will notice the light switch back and forth a little bit here, because this is in the early hours of the morning in my studio. The sun is beautiful and I forgot to use my light ring. So if you see the color change, that's just the light in the studio. So hopefully that doesn't annoy you too much, but I was just in my happy place and I wasn't thinking about setting up and videoing and all of that stuff. This is really just me doing my thing, and there's not too much of me thinking about how this is going to look on socials. It's just me loving what I'm doing and yeah, really feeling it and this lovely loose style. So I'm going to go. I thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like what you see, you'd like to support me and the channel, whether that's just for your support, which should never be discounted and it's so appreciated, or if it's you want to be notified when new videos are on first. You'll always be told first if you are a subscriber. Either way, thank you for being here, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you love this season as much as I do. Thanks so much.